God. So that brings me to my second hidden face of love today. Procrastination. Procrastination. That's what I want to talk about. Procrastination is my sin. It only brings me sorrow. I know I ought to change my life, and I will tomorrow. I read where one organization recently sent out a survey and found out that only 10% of American people struggle with procrastination. 90% of the other people who got it never got around to filling out the paper. Finish this sentence for me. One day I'm going to, think about it. One day I'm going to make a doctor appointment. I'm going to start tithing. I'm going to lose weight and exercise, ask her out for a date, join a small group. In a lot of ways, procrastination really hurts you. And if it hurts you, it's not loving. Let me give you six basic reasons why we procrastinate. Number one, perfectionism. Look at this. Number one, perfectionism. We don't want to start something that we can't do well. I procrastinated for years writing my first book because I don't know how to do it, and I like to do everything well because I'm a perfectionist. I don't want to do it. And I wrote the first book, and it's not the greatest book in the world. I'm kind of embarrassed about it sometimes. It's got a great message, but I'm just not a good writer. I always wanted to start an elementary school here, and I didn't know how to do it. And I'm a perfectionist. I didn't want to start something I couldn't start. So what did we do? We broke it down into bite-sized bits. And Michelle Bell, you were my first teacher. We said, hey, we're not going to let perfectionism stop us. We went and found the best kindergarten teacher we could find, and we started kindergarten alone. Then the next year we went to first grade, then second grade. And we went up grades every year, but we didn't let perfectionism stop us. Now, I'll give you another little thing. It says here, life by the yard is hard, but life by the inch is a cinch. You just have to get started. Now, by nature, I'm a perfectionist. Anybody a perfectionist? I mean, I am ultra perfectionist. Anybody else? I know, I feel sorry for people that work with me and for me. My hair today, I had a hard time. My hair, man, I was working on my hair today. And so I saw John Fogerty on TV the other night, and John Fogerty has all this hair, and he's my age. And I even put cayenne pepper on it the last few weeks. I heard it makes hair grow. I know it makes hair grow, but it sure burns your head, man, I'll tell you. I go to the gym when I can, and honestly, I've wanted to have that six-pack that, I had when I was 25, and I mean, I'm so perfect, and I told Dave, I'm going to get it. So finally, I settled for a half liter. Some of you, when I start talking about stuff like this, you just give me dirty looks. You think that's going to stop me? I mean, come on. You have issues too. Don't we all have issues? We have issues, don't we? I have a lot of issues. I know I had this. I was talking to a guy in the church here. It's so funny. And I told him, and I've got over this now. I've been healed of it. But I said, I used to do something horrible when I was in the gym. When I was on a machine, because I used really light weights, I had so many injuries. Before I'd leave, I'd move it down about 60 pounds, and I would leave. He said, I do that too. I said, you do? And then I found out my daughter does this sometimes. But I'm healed of that now. The other day I was going on the road, I was talking on my cell phone, and I was holding it, and I saw high patrol, and I started shaving with it. My wife said, you're sick. I said, I don't care. My say you take it. I know, it's supposed to be hands-free, and I do try. If your officers are here, I try to put it down. Stop lying. But I'm a perfectionist. Again, don't give me dirty looks. You have issues. Look at the person next to you and say, I have issues. We all have issues. If I make a theological mistake, if I make a mistake in a sermon or talking to somebody, it will bother me for a year. That's horrible. I know it's horrible. It takes my zippity out of my doodah, someone said, or takes the flabber out of my gasket, I heard the other day. Worship music. Man, that's why I hire all these kids. They're the best. I really believe that we should have the very best. Grammar mistakes. When we were writing my book, I told the gang, I said, you know, if we have one grammar mistake in here, we have to throw all these books away. One? I know it's... I went back to Hawaii and saw an acquaintance of mine has a church. He had like 20,000 books up, and I said, what's the matter? He said, there's a grammar mistake. I said, can I have one? He said, we're throwing them all away. Every one of them. And I know this is not healthy. And I have to work with it. I really do. It's not fun to have that kind of spirit. And some of the ways I've been dealing with it over the years is, first of all, even devotions. I don't want to do devotions until I have 1 hour blocked aside. Now, the power of brevity. Did you know that Jesus, when they asked him, how do we pray? He gave him a prayer with a little over 60 words. 60 words. Anybody can do that. The night before they went out, they sang one song. You don't have to have a big time set aside, do devotion. If you only have 10 minutes, 10 minutes is better than nothing in the morning. Get one verse, read it, and pray. And don't be a perfectionist. I only allow myself 30 minutes in the gym now. It's all I allow myself, 30 minutes. 30 minutes in, 30 minutes out, unless there's ministry. I won't stay in there. And when I was younger, I'd be bummed if I missed a workout. Look at Ecclesiastes 11:4. It says, he who watches the wind will never sow, and he who looks at the clouds will never reap. Here's the big one. If you read my Facebook message last night,